Hey, there it is.
Off and Zinpars a little bit behind there.
Yeah, I'm sure they all started at the same time. It's just a matter of stream delay. They usually get it fixed as soon as the run starts.
Yes, yeah.
So yeah, I feel like this race is gonna have a little bit of everything as per skill level goes. You have Dutchj, who is a proven, tried and true speedrunner. He has spent a lot of time in Super Mario Sunshine before coming into this game, and should have a lot to see from him in terms of consistency. But of course, he's facing HDlax, which is a 110 runner. We'll see a lot more advanced strats on his side of the screen. Whereas Zinpars and SomeBroYouDontKnow, they have pretty average times sitting at 116. But that's going to be really exciting because they are racing together and they're so close in PBs. So we don't know who's going to win this race.
All hitting the bridge around the 103 mark, which is relatively fast.
Yep. Looks like no one pulls the old Cap Kingdom reset move. So that's a good start. Always a shame to see someone clip through the bridge in a race. It's the equivalent of moding in Super Mario 64. It's one of the things where you're like, hey, can we just reset? Like
Yes. All using the jump frog, none of them are swimming across.
Yeah, I think jumping is faster. I mean, I'm just assuming it because everybody does it. So, yeah. Obviously, someone had to say something at some point. Looks like a little bit of a bonk from Zinpars. That happens. Bonks are really stupid in this part of Cap Kingdom.
SomeBro was using the going across the hats to minimize the chances of bonking.
Oh yeah, sometimes safer is better. However, a bonk is only about 2 seconds of time loss, and you might be losing those 2 seconds by playing it safe. So, not really much difference there. And of course, HDlax coming out with a really good Cap Kingdom time, gets a quick kill on Topper. Good showing from him. Dutchj not too far behind, is going to be the last one out of Cap Kingdom, but we got to see how Dino Skip goes before we get ahead of ourselves.
It looks like HDlax got a 240 on Cap, and Zinpars got a 245.
Out time. Do you prefer fade out splits over anything?
I use so when I first launch out of the zip line, not when it.
That's what I do too. I feel like no one ever does that, and it's so much better.
Yeah, and I also do it when I hit the globe on the Odyssey.
Dude, I have another globe splitter!
Yes.
Yes, thank God. Okay, so there's not a lot of us, but globe splits are really good, trust me. Alright, anyway.
Anyway, we found the 1 in 10 globe splitters.
Yeah, everyone likes to split on fade out, but when you're waiting like 40 seconds to split, it just gets boring,
Yeah.
I want to know how much time I lost.
It were all the run were all split after Cascade Kingdom, or even at Cascade Kingdom with the Dino Skip, because everyone loves the Dino Skip.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna see HDlax attempt it first. Most runner setup are pretty much the same. They usually run off this corner and then steamroll straight into the trampoline. He looks kind of far there, but he does get into that. You can see that the hitbox for the cutscene trigger is actually way lower than the clip side itself. So you can get away with being a little bit more optimal, as you can see. Looks like everyone else got it first try. We're going to get Dutchj on his attempt. Hits the trampoline. And gets across. Everyone gets a first try Dino Skip. Very nice.
Everybody gets it. And it looks like all three runners are using the fast strats for this boss, where they jump onto the ball to stop it early.
Right, yeah. As far as I've seen in this tournament, most runners are going for this quick kill because it is very easy and doesn't really lose time if you miss it, so...
Dutchj having a bit of difficulty on the boss, though.
Yeah, sometimes you get caught on the edge, like the barrier. If you can't extend enough, he just won't fling backwards. and you'd have to spend a long time going around Madame Brutal. And as we expect, Zinpars and SomeBro are still very close.
It's going to be very hard to see which one is pulling out the front until we hit sand, where we see the different routes or even the different techniques that are used.
Right. Yeah, it'll be interesting because we have at least 3 different skill sets here in this race, so you might see completely different sand routing.
It looks like SomeBro is pulling a little bit ahead of front of Zinpars.
Yeah, but he did do a little bit of bonk on that cliffside. That's going to cost him.
But he does hit.
But Zinpars bonks. He says, "Hey, I'll give you that one. Let me eat a little bit."
Getting bonked on the chain chompers.
And Dutchj relatively keeping up in Cap Kingdom. If you take into account how far he was behind coming into Cap Kingdom, very solid performance.
Yes, and a very nice catch-up, even though he did not get a very fast kill on Madame Brutal.
Yeah, that one too. So you might see runners hiccup on the menuing here. For some reason, they decided that it would be a good, funny joke to have the default option be Cascade Kingdom when you really want to go to Sand Kingdom. I don't know what they're trying to go for there, but you can't just mash the A button there. You have to actually think about what you're doing.
They left it there because in the actual storyline that's the first time you're captaining the ship. So in the rest of the times you just select the next level, whereas this one you select it yourself.
Oh right, I guess it's one of those, hey, this is how you choose the level kind of things.
Yeah, this is the time you choose it and the only time you choose it.
Yeah. Looks like HDlax going for bird in the town is a much safer strat than depending on the bird in the Oasis.
Yes, and SomeBro also getting the same.
And Zinpars looks like he didn't get the bird. At least I didn't see him.
We might pick it up on the way to our top of Dune.
Yeah, some people like to get it on the way to Dune, but that's it's a lot harder, really. You have to get really high up.
Dutchj accidentally entering the shop.
Oh no!
Instead of bouncing on the carousel.
That's okay, because from here you might still be able to catch the bird cycle.
Yeah, he's got plenty of time to get over there now. Walking on the watchtower.
It does look like the bird is not there. So if he's dependent on the bird, we'll see how he backs us up.
He might be able to pick it up in Oasis, but it's very risky with the timings.
Right, or he might be doing a route where he doesn't get notes anyway, so even if he doesn't get the bird, he might be able to back it up with notes.
Yes, that could be interesting to see.
Looks like HDlax misses the bullet bill manipulation, so if he's going for pillar, yeah, he's going to be losing some time. So there's a way to manipulate the first bullet bill from crashing into itself. And you won't have to wait for another cycle, and waiting for another cycle is about 5 to 6 seconds, and you really don't want to do that. Zinpars also looks like he's going for the bullet bill.
Manages to get the millet properly, so he might be able to catch up with. No, he's racing against SomeBro. So he's got the Millip. I'm gonna see if SomeBro gets the Millip as well.
Looks like SomeBro is not going for bullet bill route. He's going for old boy sand. I can dig it.
But it'd be interesting to see what moon he picks up instead of it, because he didn't go for employees only.
And HDlax also did not go for Sphinx. So we probably will see him short on coins and going to Snow later. Or just going to Seaside first.
Zinpars going for the
Sphinx clip, and he got it, but he clipped into the Sphinx room. Oh no. So with Sphinx clip, what you just saw him do, he actually got that very fast, but unfortunately, he clipped inside the Sphinx room, and that will cut him off from one of the moons that he needs to get.
I think he's just gonna pick it up as normal now.
Yeah, looks. Oh no, he's gonna skip it and go for notes. Looks like.
Okay, yeah, that would make more sense.
And I think SomeBro simply talked to the Sphinx.
Yeah, he
as per his route.
Talked to it, but then he already had the moon from the sand, so there's no point doing the clip then.
Right. I know anytime I mess up Sphinx clip and I clip into the Sphinx room, I will just do Sphinx clip again and then hope that I can clip into the wall like that. But
oh, Zinpars getting a bonk off Jaxi skip and
oh
dying.
no, Jaxi, that's going to put him behind.
He's back. He's all the way back to Sphinx.
Oh, he's back to Sphinx too because he didn't grab the checkpoint. This is why I always grab that checkpoint. Like, I know that this route's faster, but in a race setting, you always want to turn around and grab the checkpoint.
I always forget to grab it, so it's always very scary when I'm doing Jaxi skip.
Yeah. Looks like he didn't grab the checkpoint again, so hopefully he'll be able to.
Yeah, he did it more. He did it more safely this time. Before he crashed to the left of the face, so he was a bit lower than normal, and this time he crashed into it properly.
Yeah, there's many different places you can hit the wall there, but there's one consistent place where you can simply crash into the wall and then do a wall jump from holding towards the wall, and I think that's the easiest way to do it. But if you crash, depending on where you crash, sometimes you might have to leave the bullet bill early, and then that's where you'll see runners make mistakes sometimes.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Dutchj, I think, is also going for the same route that SomeBro did.
Yes. It'd be interesting to see if he can pull off Jaxi skip as well. We'll be finding out very shortly.
Yes, crashes straight into the face corner, but he does get it. Very nice.
He does get the Jaxi skip, so that is very. He doesn't pick up the coins, but he did do.
Oh my gosh, Dutchj! Did you see him dive there?
Yeah, that was very close to the poison.
Oh my god! Optimal. Optimal movement.
HDlax is now moving into Lake, which is one of the quicker levels in this section because you only have to pick up 8 moons. 8 moons.
8 moons, yeah.
8 moons, and they're very quick to pick up.
Yeah, technically it's only 6 moons because one of them is a grand moon.
Yeah. With
the boss fight. Looks like HDlax is grabbing the magic carp, the cheap, wrong game, and doing the spin move, which is one of the hidden abilities that is not stated on screen when you capture a cheap. If you press both dive and rise at the same time, then you do a spin, and it's not necessarily faster when you're going at a constant speed, but it is faster when you're accelerating up or down. And he does fish skip. Of course, jumping out of the water will give you enough height to skip all the way up to this boss fight. A lot harder than it looks. Sometimes the game will eat your jump, and that's not fun.
And it's also like a little bit of misperception because it looks a bit closer than it is, and you misjudged the jump.
Yeah.
So I'm correcting that is also it's called a grand moon and a multi moon.
That's right. Oh, man, I'm too used to galaxy terms.
Yes, because
we've had galaxy for so long.
It's called Grand Moon and Galaxy, and now it's called Multi Moon.
You know, maybe if in like the French translation, it just says Grand Moon. Maybe. I don't know. I'm defending myself. HDlax, of course, going to be a first out of Lake. He had a very, very solid Lake. HDlax also no stranger to speedruns. This is not the first game that he's been really good at. He he used to run Luigi's Mansion. He used to run Mario Kart 64. Definitely been around for a while. So just like Dutchj, we have two very experienced runners coming at it. It's just a matter of who's played this game more.
Yeah. Who's put more time into this game, not the other games?
Yeah, we don't care about the other games right now. You know, this is all about Odyssey. It's an Odyssey tournament, not a Luigi's Mansion Super Mario Worlds 3 for the Game Boy tournament. Yeah. I don't know.
So SomeBro and HDlax are finished with Lake, and Zinpars a little bit behind from that Jax's skip fail. He's gonna be about 45 seconds behind SomeBro because he's got to go through the cutscenes. So
right, but with the PBs that these runners have, the time can sway at the drop of a hat. All it takes is you know, a town hall missing daddy jump. All you need is like you know, some bonks falling all the way down from the thing, maybe missing a 2-cycle in the centipede fight. A lot of things that can go wrong, and I'm not cheering for bad things to happen. I just like close races, you know. That's all I'm saying.
Dutchj managing to get the second try fish jump, not too bad. He recovered that quite well.
Yeah, recovering fish jump is one of the hardest things. You know, fish jump first try is average difficulty, but doing it second try is way worse. Especially trying to grab the fish after you fall back in the water. Now, there is a way to jump out of the water without the fish and get up there, but that's also really hard.
SomeBro coming up to the microtransaction of the game. So you have to buy your first moon.
Man, it really ticks me off that there's so many moons that you have to buy in this game.
Yeah.
To get 100%. It's like, hey, you beat the game. Congratulations, you get the coin farm for 3 hours.
HDlax getting a very quick subsection of Wooded.
Yeah, that's a very solid movement at the start, but the ending is where it's really hard. He takes a damage here that's not necessarily the worst thing ever, because now he can go through these fuzzies. Sometimes runners go for that on purpose. They'll just automatically take a damage and then get that cycle way easier. And it's faster than having the water rise, so I respect it.
Yeah, he's going for the old route for Wooded, where he goes to the subsection first instead of the red maze first.
I've heard that the climb strat that he's doing now is actually faster if you can do the climb well. And it has the advantage of in races where you're not going to be jumping over deep woods, which is obviously something that you don't want to do. You want to stay away from deep woods as much as possible. So could be a personal preference thing, but
still has to jump over deep woods though when he comes from the red maze.
Yeah, you have to jump over it once, but you know, why turn that one jump into 2 jumps?
I got you now, yeah. Nobody wants to enter deep woods.
No.
Nobody wants to give love to that dinosaur down there.
Yeah, luckily we've... Oh no! Oh my god! Whoa, that was crazy.
HDlax almost going into the dead zone.
Yeah, I don't know how he did.
I'm still hovering over the dead zone. Wow. Very lucky he did not drop down, because that would be very, very bad.
Yeah, I don't think he grabbed the checkpoint either. So if he were to die there, he'd go back to Fuzzy Pipe exit, which is way down at the bottom of the mountain. Looks like SomeBro getting across the deep woods. He is now free. And Zinpars entering the Fuzzy Pipe. Let's see if he can get a fast cycle. First part goes pretty well. Oh! Oh!
Having a bit of bonking issues there.
Yeah, but no matter. Not taking damage is probably the most important thing in Fuzzy Room because of the time it takes to heal your health bar when you grab a moon.
Yeah, he does get damage this then. And he does go for the newest strats where he does teleport to the red maze.
Yeah. I respect that strat too. It's a lot easier to do fast than it is to do climb. You know, if you're doing climb and you're not very good at the movement, then you might even be losing time to just simply
Oh
teleporting.
no,
Zinpars, he's not going to drop into deep woods. He's going to die, so that's fine. And he has the checkpoint. Not the worst thing to happen, but it's also not something you want to see considering he's behind SomeBro right now.
Oh, he was going down the deep woods there.
Yeah. Yeah, the deep woods trigger is... It extends up until the checkpoint right before the piranha plant. And it doesn't go behind this building here, so not really much to worry about after you get past the checkpoint. And the HDlax coming out of Wooded looks like gets the spirit fight well, which you know all runners do pretty much. It's a very easy fight to do fast.
I thought it was the hardest boss.
Really?
No, I'm joking.
I was about to say.
It is literally the easiest boss we've got. All you got to do is jump on his, chuck his hat off with your hat, and then just jump on his head 3 times. It is most easy. I think Topper is the hardest.
Oh yeah, for sure. Topper is definitely the hardest to do fast. At least in Bowser's. In Cap Kingdom, it's nothing, but Bowser's Topper is really hard.
Some people struggle with Harriet sometimes with the bombs.
Harriet's not easy either. I mean, going for the absolute fastest strat where you don't let the bomb touch the ground, you just like instantly hit it back. That's really hard. But you know, just going for it kind of slowly, setting yourself up first. Something it's something I see a lot of runners do just so that they can get the quick kill and make sure that they don't mess up the cycles so much.
HDlax.
Oh, Zinpars might be losing this. Oh, he almost lost the uproot. That would have been really bad.
HDlax coming to Cloud, the first boss fight we have with Bowser. It'd be interesting to see what strats they use for Bowser, to see if they actually go for fast strats or they just go for the normal hat grab.
Yeah, most runners know about the old fast cap, which is holding the cap until you get near Bowser and then skipping the jump phase. But there's a faster strat now that we've seen a couple runners do around HDlax's level. It depends on whether or not he's practiced it. It doesn't look like he's going to be going for it, so you probably won't see it in this tournament unless SomeBro and Zinpars might surprise us.
But he does choose to go with the safe, where he just he just does the old fast hat, which is not a bad thing. You only use...
safe way is definitely respectable in a tournament. We actually saw yesterday in Crescendo's run. Crescendo died doing the fast strats and lost about 1.5 minutes. So, you know, at that point I was just like, all right, I can't really blame him for going safe.
Looks like everyone's just about finishing up Wooded now.
Yeah.
And SomeBro now just finishing up Bowser on his last phase there. Now Lost is where it could get interesting, because I have seen many races die a lot in Lost. Myself, I've died a lot in Lost and lost all my time there. So it'd be very interesting to see.
There's a reason they call it Lost Kingdom, because time lost kingdom. Got him.
HDlax using a very interesting jump there to get across the
I've seen only like top runners do that. I mean, I guess not really like all top runners. It depends on when you actually learn the strat and who you learn it from, but it's mostly preference how you do the tree setup. Of course, his jump was really fast, so I couldn't argue about any other strats being faster there. But doing the tree route here, like just doing the tree jump in general, is the fastest way to get through Lost Kingdom. So,
Zinpars missing the hat and also getting the jump phase, so not getting the fast strats for the hat captures.
Yeah, getting an extra jump phase is something that you really don't want to do in this boss fight. I think it loses about 15 seconds if you miss it.
SomeBro's not getting first time Lost Palm.
Looks like he's got distance. Yeah, all right, that's fine.
He does get a second time.
Yeah, some runners like to call that the meme tree, because it's a joke. It's a joke how inconsistent it is. I don't know how they end up ruining trees in every single Mario game possible, but they do. That tree is not easy to stay on. Like, there's only a very thin layer of actual palm leaf that you can stand on. Otherwise, you just kind of slip off of it, and it's really frustrating to get it set up.
HDlax managing to get the Deathless on the bridge there.
Oh, you went for Deathless? I completely missed that.
Yeah, he got the Deathless, which means he keeps his coins, which is very important for later on the run.
Yeah. And it's also like 2 seconds faster than waiting for the cutscene.
Zinpars now coming to the palm tree skip, and he does get it. Like, there's no way he messes that up.
Yeah, he got super far distance with that triple jump. Very nice.
He is catching up with SomeBro here. With the...
Yes, SomeBro not having the cleanest of Lost Kingdoms. So definitely a place where Zinpars can make a comeback. Just a little bit.
And HDlax is now coming up to the most interesting part of the run, Metro City. It's because this is where all the runs die.
Oh yeah. This is the most interesting and the deadliest.
Not getting first time skyscraper there.
Yeah, this tall wall is very hard to get right. Getting enough height is entirely a matter of positioning and timing, and it's really not easy to do. And we might see other runners have a lot of trouble on that as well. But oh no, he does bonk here. He doesn't die. Not the worst thing to happen, but
he does get very lucky there, landing on that ledge.
Yeah, you know, bonking there is not something that you see runners like HDlax do all the time. Do you think that was just, you know, a matter of nerves and wanting to take it safer?
It looks like he got a bit too much distance on the long jump, and actually when he did the cap dive, he had a bit too much distance and bonked on the wall instead of jumping off the hat.
Yeah, I think he took a different angle to kind of do the wall kick above the girder sandwich so that he didn't fall to his death, which is of course safer, but
Zinpars trying for the Deathless Bridge, but not quite getting it.
Yeah, respectable. Doesn't really lose too much time. I mean, if you have two options, you can die or you don't die. So if you die trying to not die, then you don't really lose much.
HDlax getting a very smooth elevator section.
Look at Dutchj over here.
Oh.
I don't know where he's at, but I don't think this is gonna work. I think if you fall down here, the trigger rises. Yeah.
He does trigger Collector.
Yeah, that's something that a lot of runners have been confused by, because as you've seen with all the other runners that have gone through Lost, you're allowed to be on the spinning elevators, but for some reason, if you fall down from the spinning elevators, the cutscene plane will rise to the elevators, so you can't stand on it anymore. And I don't really know if there's any way to back that up unless you die and then prevent it all from happening altogether. But definitely unfortunate for Dutchj for falling.
SomeBro dying on the elevators there.
Died on Town Hall, dies again. Because he misses the cap jump. I know that cap jump has definitely given me trouble in the past. It's one of those things where you're looking at the wall and you can dive into it and you do everything right, but it just doesn't jump on the cap.
I just don't go for it anymore because it just loses me more time than I gain from it.
Yeah, exactly. I need to update my strats in Town Hall for sure.
It doesn't lose that much time to go the long way. Like, it loses like 2 to 3 seconds max if you do the movements properly. And it looks like HDlax getting an easy 2-phase of Mecha Wrangler.
Yeah, 2-phase on Centipede Mecha Wiggler man over here is actually very finicky. It's not necessarily RNG because I believe there's always a way to 2-cycle, but it is random about how easy it is to 2-cycle. Sometimes he gives you a very favorable pattern, and sometimes the pattern sucks. So
it is RNG then.
Yeah, no, it's RNG, yeah, but sometimes, but you can always correct for it. That's the
Zinpars getting a little bit of a bonk on the intersection as well.
Yeah, but still not too bad. If he stays up here without any other mistakes, he should be able to still make up that time from SomeBro.
The big difference is if SomeBro gets 2-phase, it'll be very hard for Zinpars to catch up as well. Then I guess.
Zinpars, that's not what you wanted to do, bro.
That is definitely heartbreaking to see. Is that you go. It's like that game, Getting Over It. You get so much progression, and then you just fall, and you fall all the way back.
And you fall.
Yes.
That's Town Hall in a nutshell. That's why, like, I've seen a lot of racers that, you know, they always go for that jump every single time. But in a race, they go around, you know, just to be that extra little bit of safety. And it's weird because he didn't even mess up in the way that most runners messed up. Most runners will mess up the angle of the dive and will just miss the cap, whereas Zinpars just didn't get enough distance there and ended up bonking.
SomeBro's getting the 2-phase Mecha Wrangler as well, so it's going to put Zinpars in a very difficult position to catch up if he does not get that second phase.
Meanwhile, in bottom right, it looks like Dutchj, he goes for Deathless? What? After all of that, he still goes for Deathless Lost under the bridge, and he gets it. That was pretty impressive.
It just shows that even the lower, the runners on the higher end of the leaderboard still use quite. I can't speak here. Hold on.
Gather your words.
Gather my words. Very complex movement skills.
Yeah. And it really lends to the whole, you know, a lot of commentators have said in the past that you can sort of be yourself in this run. You can put your own personality into it. It doesn't really matter what your time is. You can do whatever strats you want as long as you're comfortable with it. You know, I've seen people. We just saw Zinpars go for a Sphinx Clip, and he has a 116. Sphinx Clip is one of those things where, you know, only people who have a 108 or better go for it, but you know, he felt comfortable with it and he went for it and he did get it.
It looks like Zinpars did not get the second phase.
Yeah, very unfortunate. But this boss fight is just one of those things that everyone messes up.
He was one orb off on the tail.
Yep,
which
just
is
one little chicken McNugget away from greatness.
SomeBro getting a little bonk off the bench there.
Yeah, wrong side of the guy. I do love that moon is the.
Dutchj also bonking off the side skyscraper and falling down. Luckily he didn't die, but still.
Yeah, didn't die, and he already got the moon already, so he doesn't have to climb all the way back up. He can just go straight over to this portion.
All the runners seem to have trouble with that jump now.
Yeah, that's a smart play though. We saw HDlax make the exact same mistake, and HDlax did a slow climb up to the building again, but Dutchj actually had a better recovery than what HDlax did.
Now it comes to the favorite part of the commentator section, which is the music section where we have Yao
and Yay.
And the most favorite section for everyone,
Pauline. Wait, what?
Yes, Pauline.
Zinpars, what are you doing?
He's going for motorcycle clip.
What?
Why is he going for motorcycle clip when he's behind?
Don't do this. Don't do this. He's gonna get it, but at what cost?
He's already behind. Everyone join. Ota.
Yay.
Yay.
I believe Zinpars, he can do it.
Well, he's committed to it now.
He's committed. All right, so what he's trying to do here is clip inside of the cage with the moped. And the way it works is the moped actually has motion controls. Not a lot of people know about it, but if you tilt the controller, you'll actually tilt the moped.
There we go.
And yeah, if you grind up against the side like that and really tilt the heck out of the controller, you'll clip inside and grab the moon. And of course, first try, it saves a ton of time, but it is very finicky and will cause a lot of trouble.
I know it was a Rico tap, but I had to rush it because I was behind.
I'm more excited. I'm always more excited about the yay than the OTEP.
I love OTEP because it's just like he just says it with great passion. It's like OTEP, and he just like the other guy's just like yo, like he's more chill.
Yeah, that just goes because he's a bassist. The bassists are always better than the drummer. I say that as a bass player.
Yes.
All right, so HDlax is going to the seaside first. This is where this is really the only spot where routes can defer, and it's only a difference of the 1 second it takes to menu and choose seaside over Snow Kingdom. He wants to go to seaside because in Snow Kingdom we're going to be buying a moon.
Zinpars missing the Gerda moon. And he has to climb back up. He's not having a very good time here in Metro.
Metro Kingdom is we said that Lost Kingdom is the kingdom that's like the gatekeeper. I don't know, man. Metro's that moon that kingdom for me. There's definitely a lot of possible time loss here. And HDlax finishing up the only hard parts of Seaside. And now he's just got boring parts left, so we're just going to leave him there and watch him. If you want to watch him, you can watch him swim around as a cheap, but there's really nothing else interesting to talk about.
I missed if Dutchj got second phase or not.
He did. He
did get second phase. That's very good for him, but with the lead that HDlax has, I don't think that'll help his case.
Yeah, no. Lost Kingdom definitely set him back some.
It's interesting though he does go for the top cheap over the middle cheap.
Middle cheap if you go for
the middle cheap is definitely the best one.
But you know, it's really a matter of whatever the cap picks at that point, because it's really not consistent of which one you grab.
Dutchj getting a very fast RC car.
Yeah.
Hey, SomeBro opting to go for Snow Kingdom first. He has 216 coins because he does go for the old route. So
yeah, he went into the Sphinx and he grabbed every single coin in that room. There's no shortage of coins on his end. In one of the early routes of this game, we actually had 3 portions where we bought moons from kingdoms. I think the third one was Luncheon. But now, of course, we dropped it down to 2 just because we don't want to worry about coins as much. Especially if you don't do Sphinx.
It's funny, I've never bought a moon from Luncheon.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't either because when I learned the route, I was too past that point. But to be fair, Luncheon was already a super unoptimal route at that time when they bought moons. They didn't even know that overlooking ingredients existed until like 2 weeks after the game came out.
Yeah. HDlax finishing off Seaside very nicely. A few bonks with the fish, but that's no big loss really. Yeah,
fish bonks are really annoying because they just happen everywhere and they lose like 1.5 seconds or so every single time you do it.
Zinpars finishing up Metro Kingdom now. SomeBro missing the first bridge, but managed to recover it quite well.
Yeah, nothing too bad. It's like SomeBro and HDlax are in the same kingdom. We got ourselves a really close race. No, just kidding.
Yeah. Out of all the races, though, HDlax is the one that is winning the race, and he does have. But surprisingly though, he does have the best time out of all of them, though.
Yeah. Yeah, being a top seed and having this much experience in the game definitely shows in tournaments like this.
And Zinpars go. Did he go Seaside first or
Snow?
He went Snow first.
Yeah, he's going Snow first. He hasn't gone to Seaside yet. If he went to Seaside, he'd be on a heck of a run right now.
I missed it because he seemed to have a lot of coins, and I'm wondering how, because he has died a lot.
He went into Sphinx as well.
Ah, yes.
And he grabbed a ton of coins. I think he also grabbed Jaxi chest.
There's no harm in grabbing the Jaxi chest as well as Sphinx, because you never know, you might need those extra coins.
Yeah, especially in a race setting. You know, if you're an optimal runner and, you know, you just really want to save that 0.3 seconds it takes to open up the Jaxi chest, then yeah, that's gonna be fine. But in a race setting, when you don't know how many times you're gonna die and coins are very important, the more the better.
Looks like SomeBro got the fast stairs strat.
Yeah, I guess second try, because he did bonk in the beginning, so he was waiting on a cycle, but other than that, he got the strat from the stairs to the wall, which is what most top runners do, I believe.
No, these are the group stages, so when they finish the group stages, they'll be drafted into a knockout stage. So they will not be well, they might be racing against each other in the future, but who can say?
Yeah. So the way the tournament is set up right now is everyone is placed into groups based on their PBs, and the PBs are usually highly separated from one another, because that way you don't have large clusters of very good runners who knock each other out. So each group has 4 people in it, and we face each other 3 times, or no, we face each other once. So we all get 3 races, and that format of tournament is way better for a game of this caliber, because we get a lot more matches in quicker, and we get a lot more races and experience for those runners who don't really have a lot of race experience. So
HDlax having the Goomba getting killed by the icicle, so that is a very bad. So he has to die to reset the room.
Yeah, I mean, you can die, or you can go back across this thin ice bridge and kind of look away from the camera to respawn it, but either way, it's a big time loss.
A lot quicker. He goes for the same strat again, very risky. Yeah,
the Goomba, you know, committing Sudoku is really unfortunate in the run. But let's see if he goes for the quick ground pound. No, he doesn't. Dang. I love seeing that quick ground pounds where they do a roll cancel into the triple jump. Oh, it looks so crispy.
He does go for the very long jump though.
Zinpars also almost has a Goomba go to the death warp zone. You don't want that to happen.
No, you don't. It looks like everyone's sort of caught up with each other here, even though that everyone's had major mistakes. It seems like runners have actually managed to catch up with each other.
Yeah, SomeBro is actually on pretty solid pace, I'd say. I think he might even be on 115 pace. I don't want to say too early, though. So HDlax is going to be going to luncheon now. He's already done with Seaside, so he has a full kingdom from...
I missed that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things you gotta watch out for in these tournaments is right here when they can split routes. You may think, oh, they're in the same kingdom. This is a really close race, but really they're one kingdom ahead of each other, so it's like a 4-minute difference.
I'd be very interested to know when the nipple percent race is going to happen.
Oh yeah, right.
Like a 20-man race for it. That'd be very interesting to see.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be a really fun race category. Just grind 1,000 coins and buy a swimsuit.
It is almost already optimized. Like
Really?
I think the world record for it is 12 minutes 30.
Yeah, 12 minutes 30. But you know how much time can you save there? Probably a lot.
Well, the world record holder uses both clips, both clipping into Sphinx and clipping into the section where you get a lot of coins.
Oh, the pyramid, the inverted pyramid.
The inverted pyramid skip.
Oh yeah, but those are easy. Those are literally like the 2 easiest and most consistent clips in the game. It's so weird how all the clips are done in the same fashion, where you do the roll cancel into the wall, but some of them are way easier than others.
Yeah. HDlax not getting the fast strat for Spirit.
So he's gonna be going on a trip.
It was only on the last cycle anyway, so it's not a big deal, but it's still quite a bit of time lost there.
Yeah, not something you want to see. Unless you like watching runners fail. A lot of you like watching chokes and resets. I don't know what kind of sadist you are, but you know this might be for you. Oh, Dutchj taking a bonk there. I think he didn't get enough distance on the last jump, and he tried to save it, and didn't quite get there.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, but luckily he's already got the Goomba star, so he should be able to just go over here again and jump.
Are we playing Mario 64?
The Goomba star?
Yeah.
Which one are you talking about?
You just called it a star instead of a moon.
You're right. Oh my god, that's what it is. You're right.
We're not in we're not in a mushroom kingdom, so you can't call it a star yet.
Listen, I honestly I've called them shines before, so it's not even the worst thing I've ever done.
It could be very complicated if you do commentate the different games.
When you commentate for so many different games. So he's gonna be getting timepieces here. Wait, no, moons, moonshines, and moonshine star pieces.
HDlax, about halfway through luncheon, it'd be very interesting to see which route he goes for. Would he go for forks or fireballs?
I think you go for forks. You say forks or magma.
I always like a magma, so I'm gonna say magma. It looks like
I'm feeling a fork. He's going forks, boys.
I'm a magma man. I like doing magma room.
Yeah, I like magma more too, just because I've spent more time in there, but I'm probably gonna switch to forks eventually. Because it looks cooler, and it's less likely to die.
Very true.
Nails the cap throws up in this room. Very nice from him. Gets this final jump too. Also very good.
Looks like Zinpars is also entering luncheon as well.
And Dutchj is entering Seaside.
Getting a few bonks on very unlucky hat captures.
Yeah, This wall is really tall, so you have to get max height by doing an extra cap jump before you wall jump. Accidental Goomba grab here. Right, he goes for a backflip. Doesn't get enough height on that first one. This little skip here is really hard. This is another one of those max. Like, not only is it max height, but it's also max distance for the dives to make sure that you maintain that height. So one of the things that takes a lot of practice, and one thing I don't like about Seaside is that you have all these really hard strats in the beginning, and then the rest is boring. So
yeah.
There you go.
He doesn't go for the cap, extra cap throw to get that extra bit of height. So
Yeah.
before you wall kicks, you do a cap throw just to get that little bit of extra height. Before
Yeah,
you
it
do
also
the wall
stalls
jump.
you out, so you can get a little bit more distance if you need it.
Yeah.
Ooh, some bro missed the Kobe.
And again.
Missed again. We got Shaq in the house. All right. 3 times. 0 for 3 on Kobe's.
HDlax not getting that very fine jump.
Yeah, this is one of the hardest jumps in the game, or at least in the 80% run.
Guess it's the second try, which is not too bad. Still saving that time from if he was to go to magma.
Yeah, at least I think. I don't know how much.
He does
time...
roll off the bridge though.
All right, well, go into magma room, do it.
Yes. If it was
the
to go
backup
to
strat magma room.
Yeah, but you'll be 1 moon short then.
You can get the time trial moon at the top of the Odyssey. Easy.
Yeah, okay.
Backup strats. It was faster. No, it probably still wouldn't be faster. So a reminder to anybody watching, you are watching the Speed Gaming tournament for Super Mario Odyssey 80%. There are over 128 entrants in this tournament of all skill levels, and we will be broadcasting all of our group stage matches through the rest of December. So be sure to follow the Speed Gaming channels 1 through 4, and stay tuned for any other tournaments that are going on. There's also Breath of the Wild all dungeons. There's Mega Man X and a Link to the Past randomizer going on. So a lot of really cool Speed Gaming content going on here.
HDlax is finishing up lunching and on to way to Ruined. Oh, there's a lot of...
No, he's going to Bowser's. He clicked on Bowser, so he's going to Bowser. Remember? Like, you just click on Bowser, you go to Bowser. Unless something gets in the way, of course. That'd be weird. Like a hyper-realistic dragon or something. But that wouldn't happen in a Mario game, right? Speaking of Magma Room, by the way, some bro is going for Magma Room, my boy.
Getting the very fast strats for it as well.
Dutchj looks like he got a little bit confused there and went upwards instead of downwards to get the moon. Zinpars is actually a little late on this quick kill dragon fight. What you want to do is get on top of the nose and just take the damage. You just take that L real quick, and then you can just recover while you're on top of the nose and get a quick kill on those swords in his nose.
SomeBro is now just finishing up luncheon as well.
Grabs that well-earned multi-moon. as Zinpars enters the magma room as well. And Dutchj just trying to peek his head into luncheon. This little glorious kingdom we see.
He's going for well, skip.
Yeah, the first major moon in this in luncheon is what we call cheeseless, and we call it cheeseless because after you get the first multi-moon, a block of cheese will spawn, and you could wait until the end and get the block of cheese to make the jump way easier. But if you do it without the cheese, then you save a bit of time in return for making it way harder.
SomeBro now also entering Ruin, or as it's known as Dark Souls Remastered.
Dark Souls 4 Bloodborne Odyssey.
Yeah.
3 HD.
And HDlax is now entering the place where it all splits apart again, Bowser's Kingdom, because it all relies on how quickly you kill the Brodals and Mecha Brodal.
Yeah, as well as having some really hard platforming tricks. So really nothing is free in Bowser's Kingdom, and we've seen time and time again in this tournament that it will decide who wins a race sometimes. Yeah, in all honesty, if you have two runners who are of equal skill level and one of them just does Bowser's a little bit better, just that little bit better is a matter of 40 seconds or so. You know, the Mecha Brutal fight is definitely a huge time loss if you make any small mistakes. So that's why it is the great equalizer.
Zinpars is now caught up to SomeBros a little bit now. They're at least on the same level now.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. I mean, getting through to the third phase of the dragon fight is not the quickest thing, but at least they're in the same kingdom right now, or at least you know, one boss fight apart, which is, you know, a matter of a minute, maybe more than a minute or so. So it's possible. You know, if it's popsicle, it's possible. That's what I always say.
The race still could go anyway. HDlax going for the on top of the palace instead of going for that one last.
Yeah, I believe that what he just did is what is known as the fastest route. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, it's faster by 4 seconds.
He's also going for hole in the wall instead of the other moon that people are getting now for some reason. I don't know why it's faster, but apparently it is. So I think hole in the wall is pretty fast, but apparently there's other moons that are faster. So, you know, whatever.
Alright. He probably gets the moon on top of the palace here as well, just instead of the one behind the Odyssey.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that's the slowest one out of all.
Yeah, the one behind the Odyssey is the one you want to avoid the most. It used to be really convenient, but yeah, that's literally before we knew that the moon on top of the roof existed. That's just one of those things where the early routing in this game was really funny looking back at it, because there are so many moons that we just didn't know existed, because when the routers were trying to figure out the best route, they hadn't actually 100%ed the game yet. So they kind of just ad-libbed whatever they could find, which obviously ended up being really slow moons. HDlax looks like he's going for topper first. This is something that's a little bit rare as far as I've seen. A lot of people like to do Harriet first because you're a lot less likely to take damage in Harriet, and going into Topper with full health is preferred most of the time. It looks like he misses a quick kill though, so it's a toss-up trying to find this hat.
Some runners are going to Topper first, but not collecting the checkpoint. So if they do get damaged, they can come back to the checkpoint and grab it to get full health.
Yeah, that's true too. If you pay really close attention, you can be able to tell the difference between which hat is the real Topper hat. But you have to actually hit the hat. The hat that is Topper's hat will bounce off the wall one time before it destroys itself. So you have to pay attention to which hats you hit and where it goes.
You have to hit the hat twice. You have to hit it once and you hit off the wall, and then you have to hit it again to stop him early in that phase. Every
other hat will just instantly disappear on the wall. So that's the telltale sign. It's Schrodinger's hat. It's either the real one or the fake one. You can't tell until you measure it.
HDlax getting a very quick Brodo still.
Yeah, those mini bosses were very, very solid on his part. SomeBro looks like he's going for a hole in the wall as well. Sticks a little bit to the side there, though.
HDlax now coming to the final portion of Bowser's, up to Mecha Brodo. Now, what do you think? Birdless or just normal strats? Fast pokey strats?
Yeah, this is one of my favorite platforming parts in the run. There's so much that you can do, and it just feels right, you know. To have to dodge the bombs, and you have to do triple jump, cap jumps all the time, and you gotta avoid the spinies, and you grab this bird, and you get to flick everywhere. It's really fun to do. Doesn't grab the checkpoint. Let's hope it doesn't. Okay.
Very risky, but he does get it up there.
Yeah, I really do not understand why runners don't get that checkpoint. All you have to do is press the Y button. It takes half a second just to make sure that you don't go all the way back to the mini bosses when you die. Looks like we're going to see a birdless. All right, that's pretty expected. And well done. Almost fell off a little bit.
He does get it, but he's not out of the woods yet.
Yeah, so the way birdless works is there's a small kind of knee joints that you can stand on with the leg, and if you kind of ground pound jump around it, you can get up on top of them without using the bird. If you do decide to use the bird, it's not that big of a deal. You can actually stay within 10 seconds of a birdless strat if you do it optimally. But the most important part of this boss fight is making sure that you stay on top of the mech every single time. Because if you fall off at all, it's an easy 45-second time loss, especially right now. Let's say he gets back on top, gets the quick kill. Expertly done mech fight. That is textbook perfect. Can't really do it much faster than that.
Well, HDlax was the top seed of his group, and he is showing it with expert strats.
Yeah, I would expect nothing less from the top seed of this race. And it looks like SomeBro and Zinpars are separated by only these two mini boss fights themselves. So, you know, still within the realm of possibility, but Zinpar still has to do this fight and Topper to progress before he can say he's officially caught up. It's gonna be up to SomeBro. You know, this is his race to lose at this point.
Yeah. It only takes full off Mecha Wrangler, Mecha Brodel, and that could be the end of the race.
Yeah, you know, falling off, maybe a death. Ugh. I don't want to jinx anything, but you know, I love a good comeback. Love a good comeback story.
It has to be first time Moonskip, right? There's no way you will be able to mess up, right?
Oh yeah, no, Moonskip is super consistent. It's like, if you mess it up, then what are you even doing with your life? It's just so easy. I mean, I actually do expect a first try Moonskip from HDlax. Most top runners will get it consistently, very, I mean, most of the time, at least second try.
My favorite part of Moon is grabbing the 2 flowers and going like super fast.
Yeah. So as you can see on HDlax's stream, the moon's gravity is a lot smaller than normal gravity, and that's of course due to the fact that the moon is has less mass than the Earth. And if you take into account the equation of gravity of big G times large M little m over radius, then you get something that is smaller. Got him. Anyway, he's gonna be going for Moonskip here. And this is this is why it's important that I just went over why the moon physics exists. He gets it first try. That's actually a lot harder than it looks. So you have to wall kick off a very specific part of the wall to sort of trick the game into letting you do 2 wall kicks instead of only 1. If you wall kick the first time too far to the right or too far to the left, or if you don't have enough height, then you won't be able to get the second wall kick and you lose a bunch of time.
There we go. Here comes the big fight. The big fight and the big escape. He's looking to be on 110 pace. Around 110, 111. Unfortunately, he doesn't get the fast cap, though.
Yeah, he missed the cap the first time and spent a little bit too long. So Bowser said, yoink, give me that hat back.
Gets it the second time, though.
Yeah, if you're going to mess up any of the phases, might as well be the first one, right? It's the fastest.
Zinpars is also going for birdless.
Alright, seems to get it. But also SomeBro seemed to have gotten a perfect mech fight as well, so not really much to capitalize on here. Almost misses the second jump. Now, a lot of people think that birdless and getting on top of the mech is actually the hardest part. No. Getting back on top of the mech after you hit Speward is the hardest part. Because those ears like to just kind of swoop in and bonk you. And this Bowser fight is very similar to the one that we had in Cloud Kingdom, except he does add this fire attack. And we're actually seeing what you should not do in this boss fight. You saw Bowser actually jump and stop his flame attack. That actually wastes a little bit of time. And the way you avoid that is staying within the arc of his fire attack. If you go behind it, then he'll kind of freak out and target you.
Emperor said in chat that he fell off the mecha.
He fell off the mecha? Oh, alright, so a little bit of time save there. I think Zinpars got it right.
And also, he grabs the moon behind the Odyssey, so Zinpars has a bit of time to catch up on him now.
Yeah, this is probably 30, maybe 40 seconds difference.
HDlax now coming up to the escape part of the portion. It'd be very interesting if he goes for 2D shortcut, but in a race setting, it's very unlikely.
Nah, you go for it. Oh, it misses the triple jump. That's not looking good. Though it is possible to get up there with a double jump. You just have to double jump and do a fire attack. Or a claw attack.
Yeah, 2 seconds. He is looking to be on PB pace, so he's got about a minute to finish this, and he falls off and dies.
No, that's why you don't go for 2D skip. Pay attention, runners.
That is RIP PB.
This is your mind on 2D skip. Not even once. Batones and Pepsi, it's 2D shortcut. You're not skipping the 2D section.
I said shortcut because
I didn't. But I wanted to drag you under the bus too.
Because I know people freak out if you call it skip. No, he didn't go for shortcut. He just messed up.
Alright.
He fired before jumping.
Too. Yeah, sometimes the fireball doesn't go where you want it to, and it won't break it. Oh no! Yeah, that's exactly as I said it. The fireball sometimes just doesn't go where it's supposed to. Looks like SomeBro is has a weird camera angle on Moonskip. Very weird setup. And seems to miss it the second time. Zinpars is making up the time here. If he can get a first try Moonskip, this is going to be a very, very close race. SomeBro does get that second wall kick. He's going to be up there now. It's all up to Zinpars now.
This is going to be a
Zinpars
very
gets
tight
it!
race. Yes, this is going to be a very tight race at the end.
This is going to be insane. Wow.
It's all on whoever does Bowser and escape better. HDlax now taking it easy on the 2D section of this right now.
He's got it now. That happens sometimes. 2D Bowser is not the easiest thing in the world, and like I said, the fireballs don't like to go where they're supposed to, and just a matter of timing can mess it up hugely, bigly time lost.
Both getting first cap.
Yeah. SomeBro took damage. Oh no. Doesn't really make too big of a deal.
Doesn't make not much of a difference.
Yeah, but it's just embarrassing because of how bad the hitbox is on the flame attack. Like it's more of a moral hit than it is a hit to your time loss.
HDlax not getting that damageless escape section.
It's like Zinpars and SomeBro both have not made a mistake in this boss fight. They've kept the same lead going into it. And HDlax is going to be finishing up the race. No escape sequence choke from him. At least in this room, if you don't count 2D.
He gets a 1. I actually can't see, it's a bit blurry.
It's a 1:12:45 according to RaceBot.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Still on 1:10 pace, going all the way into the end of the Bowser fight. Insane run from HDlax. Just, you know, gotta tighten up that ending.
Zin falling a little bit behind because he messed up the last section of it.
Yeah, missing the last cycle is one of the most deadly time losses because it takes way longer to actually release his caps.
Oh, he pauses and bonks off Bowser.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone bonk off Bowser before. I didn't think that was possible.
Yeah, you can bounce off his head.
Huh. All right, we'll see how they do the 2D section. We've just seen that it's not the easiest thing in the world.
It's all down to this. SomeBro being a bit ballsy there. But gets a very fast 2D section.
Yep, he is through that segment.
We have to watch Zinpars.
Zinpars clears all the blocks away, gets that one as well. He seems to be good.
SomeBro in the escape section. Doesn't get the fireballs that he wants.
He stays a little bit extra to make sure that pillar falls. I can respect that. That would probably save a little bit of time at the end, at least.
Taking a bit of damage, that could be very fatal.
Yeah, he's still got 3 health left, but I don't think that he has a weird jump heading up. What is this? That's why a lot of runners don't like doing the strat here, is that it's very risky once you hit that final block to jump over and get to the final piece.
It looks like SomeBro is finishing up.
Wow, Zinpars had a really fast escape sequence too.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
Either way, GG's to both runners. They both pull off a PB in this tournament. You can't really be mad at that. You know, there's got to be a winner and there's got to be a loser, and both of these runners show that they deserve to get this PB here,
Well,
and maybe even more.
We said it was going to be a close race, and the race was literally, it was 7 + 6, and I can't do that. 13 seconds in it.
There you go.
There we go, math.
That was absolutely fantastic.
13 seconds between them, and that was down to a lot of things really throughout the run.
Yeah, so much. Looks like Dutchj is going for keep the bird and poke him to death strats, and you can't blame him for that. I love it. I love the strat.
This is the 3rd phase now that he's gone through.
Yeah, he's only got 1 more. Only got 1 health left though. Don't you dare die here, Dutch. He's good.
Do shake. There we go. You got it.
You go. 1 more guy. Clears off topper.
There we go.
That's it. All right, he's through. He's through.
What is Dutchj's PB at the moment?
It is a 128.
He still has PB potential.
With this, assuming that his, yeah, definitely PB. Like, I don't think that his moon is going to be 10 minutes, but you never know.
Also, Zinpars and SomeBro, you're invited to a interview if you're more than welcome to join.
And HDlax as well.
And HDlax. Sorry,
Yeah.
I forgot.
Any of the runners, feel free to join in.
And you can follow the runners here and follow the commentators here. There you go. Got the commands already.
Yeah, look at that. R and C.
Very complex.
RC card confirmed. Final boss.
Yeah.
So yeah, Dutchj definitely still on PB pace here. Like,
it'd be very interesting to see if he does get a PB, because then that would be a triple PB race.
Triple PB, yeah, triple PB race.
As he heads off to Moon. And 741 people and us watch him live trying to get his PB. Yes, you can. All the runners can join for the interview.
Yeah, I just pinged him in the Discord.
No problem. We have some things to discuss.
All right, looks like Zinpars is going to be first one in here. Now, Zinpars,
Yes.
how are you feeling?
Well, it was close.
It was very, very close.
Yeah.
And I said right at the beginning of the race, this is going to be a close race. And it had the potential to not be close, and then it was super close. And I was on the edge of my seat the whole time.
Yep. I messed up a lot, especially in the early phases and in Metro.
Metro was a big killer in your time.
Yep. Should have done the RC car normally, for example.
Yes, you wasted a lot of time in that clip.
Yeah, that scooter clip was questionable.
Yeah, normally it doesn't take me that long, but I think I was pretty nervous for this race.
Hey,
I also realized-
that's okay. I respect that you went for it, because I guarantee there's not a lot of viewers right now that knew that that clip even existed. So
Yeah,
you got to
it's
showcase
pretty new.
what is more important.
I also tried the Sphinx clip and it didn't go perfectly, but
Yeah, you clipped inside the room. I saw that.
Yeah.
But you did get it like second or third try, so
so it wasn't really a time loss, I think.
it wasn't too bad. Did you have a plan in mind to back it up if you did clip inside?
Yeah, I just had in mind that I can always go for notes.
Yeah, notes is
So
good.
I did that. I didn't go for flowing sands because then that would screw up the bird cycle.
Right, yeah.
So I decided
Yeah,
to go
you
for
didn't
notes.
go for Bird in the Town. I think every other runner went for Bird in the Town here.
Yeah, I guess that's safer. But yeah, it was really close race and it was fun, definitely.
Yeah. So I looked on your speedrun.com profile and I noticed that this is really the only game that you've run. Is this your first venture into speedrunning?
Yeah, I started to do some Ocarina of Time bingos.
Oh,
which is
right,
close
yeah.
to speedrunning.
Because why learn the regular speedrun when you can learn the bingo, right?
It seemed much more fun.
It's so much more fun. I love bingo. Bingo is fantastic.
Yeah. And then when Mario Odyssey came out, I played it and I was like, oh, this movement is so fun and I really want to try speedrunning at once for this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly how I felt, and a lot of other runners as well, too. Just how accessible this game is for speedrunning. It's a nice short length, and the movement's easy. So it's a very, very easy learn.
But you still got a very good PB, though. Are you happy with your PB?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and
I
even
know
with
that-
that, you still have so much room for improvement. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, come on. Like, I looked at how you did Metro, and it's like, come on. There's no way you don't PB by like 2 minutes next time.
Yeah,
Well
because
done.
you fell down a lot in the town in the center city hall,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, missing Daddy Jump.
and you
I
missed.
think I've never missed that long jump there, but today was the day.
You also
Yeah.
fell down in the Girder Moon as well.
No,
Oh no, that was someone else.
In the
I
Girder
did it
Moon?
in my
Yeah.
practice run.
Yeah, it was HD and Dutchj that fell down that one.
No, like when in the day section, you fell down.
In the day
Oh,
section?
swaying in the breeze.
Yes,
yeah,
Yeah,
the
that was
breeze.
horrible.
Yeah.
That one.
I don't know what happened.
So there is a
Yeah,
lot of
it happens
time.
sometimes. I mean,
There
that
is-
moon's hard to get when you're dropping down.
Yeah, I guess I need to figure out some setup or something to increase my consistency for that.
Yes.
Also, my sum of bests are 1:12:18, so
Ah,
I definitely
good.
can improve.
And yeah,
Yes.
that can get down even more. I
Yeah,
believe. Like you've been doing like a lot of other categories in the meantime since doing 80%, right?
yeah, I've done a lot of glitch hunting as well when we discovered roll clipping.
Right. Yeah, I remember you being very active in the Discord about different strat hunting and especially capture, low capture percent.
Yeah, I've done
is-
some of
is-
those.
Is
so-
one of your favorites. So I'm really excited to see how that plays out. I also heard about a new zero jumps category. How do you feel about that?
Oh yeah, I've heard about that. I think you can only do it in 2-player mode.
Yeah, there's one jump that like you have to do 2-player mode with, but
Okay, yeah. I've never really bothered with 2-player mode until now, so can't
ooh,
say.
you should check it out. There's a lot of really cool stuff you can do in 2-player mode.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah,
Sorry to
I
interrupt
recommend
you.
it.
Sorry to interrupt you guys, but Dutchj is on pace for a 5-minute PB.
Oh, heck yeah.
Nice.
Dutchj's in there. He definitely had a PB waiting for him.
A bit less than 5 minutes, sorry.
Yeah, and like I said, Dutchj is a seasoned speedrunner. He knows his stuff. He just hasn't put time into this game. He's been still doing Sunshine stuff, doing community races, all these things. Who has time for Odyssey, right?
Yeah. He's having a bit of trouble here on the escape.
Very impressive PB coming from Dutchj, and this means that we will be closing out this 4-way race with 3 of the 4 players getting a PB. That's very, very nice to see.
Yeah, so someone had to ruin it. Someone that's named HD. But no, HDlax did definitely got a very good time of 112.
Yeah, I mean, still the winner of the race, so.
Congratulations, Dutchj, for that. What is that? That's a 3-minute PB.
Yeah, it looks like it. With way more time to come. I mean, like, he lost at least a minute and a half and lost. So, like,
maybe even 2 because of that klepto.
Yeah, he got kleptoed and fell down and everything. Here he is, the man of the hour, right here, Dutchj.
Man of the hour. I don't know about that, but
the man of the hour in 25 minutes and 23 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I got a 3-minute PB, so
yeah, you can't complain about that. You know,
I can't complain too much. I was a little bit frustrated at some points throughout that run, but
yeah, I can definitely see your face, and I can hear you in my headphones, even though there's no sound from your microphone when you were doing Lost Kingdom. But
Lost Kingdom was not fun. Definitely.
Yeah, were you expecting that the trigger would hit Klepto when you got back up on the elevator?
I wasn't sure. I was just trying to make the best of it because I was like, oh man, I've fallen down. This is probably gonna like suck, but
yeah, the thing about that is a lot of runners may not know this, is that like you're allowed to be on the spinning platforms. We all know this. But if you fall down first and climb back up, then the trigger will somehow be on top of the elevators then. So yeah, there's really no backing up unless you go back to the beginning and go around again.
That's interesting. I did not know about that.
Yeah,
well,
so
I learned a thing today.
Yeah, you learned don't ever miss the butterfly moon. That's lesson number 1.
Yeah, I don't know. Call it rust.
Yeah, that's what we'll call it.
I hadn't touched the game for like a month before today, so.
Are you planning on picking it up again for the rest of the tournament, or are you just going to do a quick D-rust before every race like this one?
Well, I mean, I don't expect to make it out of the group stage, but you never know, I guess. I've been mainly focused on the SM64 tournament, actually, because
you're in the SM64 tournament.
Yeah, I'm in that, but I haven't even done a run of 70 star yet, so I've been spending a lot of time. I've been spending a lot of time preparing for that.
Right.
So since I already knew the run for Odyssey, I wasn't really focusing on it that much.
Right. Well, the good news is you can always get free PBs in your races.
Yeah,
because you have that potential.
Yeah,
so you can never really be mad at your performance when you get a PB like that.
Yeah, it was interesting because like before, I think I prepared for like 1.5 hours, and I learned like new Seaside Kingdom strats because I was still doing like some really old stuff that I had made myself. Because that was when I got into the game. I made my own route for fun.
Oh, right,
so
of course.
That was kind of what I was mostly doing my first couple of runs. And this is only the 5th run that I've completed, so we've got room for improvement for sure.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
of course.
for sure.
We're gonna bring HDlax into here. So, how are you feeling, except for 2D section?
Well, overall, it was a pretty good run. I was ahead for the first half of it, but after Metro, I just lost a bunch of time due to that beginning.
Right, yeah, what you falling down on the girder thing. I mentioned it in the commentary, but you falling down, I'm sure you never messed that up.
Oh no, of course.
But
that
like, was it
race.
just kind of a thing where you wanted to play it a little bit safer and made the mistake?
I don't know.
What?
It just felt like what I usually do, but that just so happened to mess up.
It just happens in tournaments, right?
Yeah.
Never happens anywhere else, but it's gonna happen in the tournament.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, you were definitely playing out of your mind. You had a perfect Bowser's Kingdom. How was that compared to your splits? Your Bowser's Kingdom.
I was plus 11.
Compared to gold.
Yeah.
That's still really good. With how long of a kingdom Bowser's is, that's very good. So I recognize you from Luigi's Mansion. Am I right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Been
So
running that for years.
for years, yeah. You ran it at Smash the Record, didn't you?
Smashed the record and SGDQ.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember seeing that. That was fun. But anyway, how does this game compare to Luigi's Mansion? Which one are you having more fun with?
For sure, this one, there's not a lot of good movement in Luigi's Mansion as there is in this. Because with that, you're just walking around. You can't even jump in that video game. It gets pretty boring fast.
Right. But with the lack of movement, you make up with quick kill bosses and stuff like that.
Yeah. When you get really good, you start relying on RNG.
Yeah.
It just gets old and repetitive, so it gets pretty boring.
Yeah, I bet you're really relieved that you can have a game like this where, it's super consistent and you can feel yourself getting better with movement rather than just relying on RNG.
I'm really enjoying this game so far. Still a lot of room to improve. I can save like 2 minutes on my PB.
Oh yeah, for
shows
sure.
it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you were pretty much even, almost even on PB going into Moon, and then still the consistency's there really.
Yeah, it was probably like 1:10:58 pace if I didn't die on 2D. I thought I hit that top block with my fireball, but
yeah, that's the thing I
didn't.
really hate about the 2D section is that you're shooting the fireballs and you expect them to go in the right spot, but they just kind of don't.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what are your plans in the future of this tournament? I assume that you think you're going to make it out of group stages, right?
I think so, but I don't mean to be cocky.
Right, of course.
I think you've got a little bit of room for cockiness.
Well,
There's nothing wrong with it if you can back it up.
Yeah, I said it at the beginning of the race. This was the top seed versus the bottom seed in the groups. So, it's something that we sort of expected, but
Yeah.
But I'm glad that you're really playing for yourself and you still managed to get a consistent run, even if you knew you had it in the bag, so to speak.
Oh yeah, this was a really good run right up until the end there. It was good.
Right. So
112.
yeah,
Definitely
I think
not for
I think
sure.
with that we are going to wrap it up and get ready for this next Mega Man X tournament. So thank you everyone, Zinpars, Dutchj, and HDlax for joining us for the post game interviews.
No problem.
Thanks for the interviews.
Pepsi, anything else you want to add?
Nah, that's everything. And we'll see you in the rest of the tournament, and wish you best of luck.
Yep. Be sure to follow the Speed Gaming channels for all the other marathons. Upcoming next, we have a Mega Man X tournament between Shadow Zero and Berlin Dude 1. So stay tuned if you want to watch that game, and stay tuned the rest of today and the rest of December for Super Mario Odyssey if you're just waiting for that. So thank you, everyone, and have a good day.